so I can see. Finally I can breathe. Loving myself and giving myself everything I need.
Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah.
Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now.
About my style.
Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now.
Yeah.
Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions, movement sets me free. Finally I can be. Surrender myself and now life tastes so sweet.
Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go.
Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Gotta stay in the now. Finally finding me. Third eye opening up so I can see. Finally I can breathe. Loving myself and giving myself everything I need.
Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah.
Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now.
About my style.
Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now.
Yeah.
Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions, movement sets me free. Finally I can be. Surrender myself and now life tastes so sweet.
Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go.
Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Gotta stay in the now.
Hello, ladies. How are you all doing? Let me know. Okay, my light is doing something crazy down here because I got the light on behind me, and I think it does by motion. So anyway, how are you all doing? Glad y'all made it back again. If you can hear me, say yes. I just want to make sure. I want to say hey to all y'all. Phyllis Wilson, she was the first one in here. Hey, Phyllis. Tamika was next. Let me see. We got Timlin. We got Monica. Hey, Sandrignus Easley. Granny Breckenridge. She made it on here. Okay. All right. Simone. Kayla's Nation. Kayla from church. Put it in there if that's you. I think that's you. Kayla's Nation. Put that in there. Okay, y'all can hear me. Very good. Very good. Dr. Lavinia, how are you? So good to see all of you all on here tonight. Oh, it's always so good to see y'all, man. Always so good to, well, I can't physically like see you, but y'all know what I mean. Just to be able to talk to you is great. So that you came back so we could finish up the session, the talk about Rahab, a reignited woman. And I believe this is going to be a great conversation tonight. If this is your first time here, put a 1 in the comment section so I will know that this is your first time. It is. Okay, it is you. All right. I'm glad you're on here, even though I kind of twisted your arm a little bit. But if this is anybody's first time on here, put a 1 so I can know that this is your first time here. If you have not already, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and then also hit that notification button. So anytime I'm on, you are notified. What else? Oh, and then also make sure you give me a thumbs up, right? I need a thumbs up from you guys, from you ladies. So, all right. Hey, Marquita, let me see who else. Ebony. All right. All right, Kayla, it's your first time here. I figured that, but I'm glad you are on here. So you need to tell some of your other young adult women that they need to come on here as well, because I like to hear your thoughts as well. So don't be afraid to say something or make a comment about something, because I want to hear from you as well. All right, guys. So before I get down into it, I want to remind you, first of all, did we not have a great anniversary service on Sunday? And if you are not a part of New Birth Church and in Louisville, Kentucky, and you are watching this, Sunday was our 29th church anniversary. And we had Grammy Award winning artist Montel Jordan. He was the speaker, and he did a fabulous job. And it's such a good word. And I would tell anybody to go back and watch that service again, watch his word again, what he spoke. It was so wonderful and beautiful. And so much truth, and I don't know, it was just great word. And then of course we announced that that we paid off her church, so that was wonderful as well. That was a big surprise. Had no idea we were going to pay that off early, and we did. And so it was just wonderful. So again, if you are not a part of New Birth Church, please feel free to go to our YouTube page. It's New Earth Church of Louisville. I believe that's what it is. And you can watch our service there. And it's just great. It was just a great service. And yeah. So, but I also want to remind you, I got your moment of happy tears. Yes. All right, Sheila. Finally got chat capability on my laptop. Hey, yay. All right. That's so good. Okay. So, but before I go on, guys, I want to remind you, let me get to the screen that I need. I want to remind you about our women's retreat next year. And yes, it is sold out. We are staying, and you can see that's the lodge. That's the back of the lodge. That is where, now that's one of the houses that you're seeing there. It's just kind of scrolling through. I don't have any control over that, but that's the lodge. Yes. That's where we are staying. And you all know that over the last 4 years, we have dealt. Hold on. I hope I can get it to stay on. We have dealt with some heavy subjects, and we have laughed and cried and healed and did all the good things. And God just said, next time we are dealing with finding joy. So that is our that's the theme of our women's retreat next year. It is June, I want to say the 19th through the 21st, and somebody on the team can correct me. And if I'm wrong, and put those right dates out there. We're going to be there Thursday night through all day Saturday, and we're going to leave and come back on Sunday morning. And so you're looking at it goes really fast, but the lodge is on there. And then you can also, let me see here, let me see, because I want you to see it. Okay, yeah, see, that's the back of the lodge. That's the rooms are up here. I don't know if you can see my little blue marker, but that's the back of it. And it's just wonderful. You can see that's the bedroom. They do have, not in your room now. Let's see. Yeah, you can see outdoor space. That's where we're going to be having our sessions, all that good stuff. And then and the reason why I'm showing you this, guys, is because there is a wait list. And just because you didn't get in on the lodge, we are securing other places there that we are reserving. So please continue to put your name on the wait list, and we're going to be getting with you. Those of you who have already put your name on the wait list, we're going to be getting with you very, very soon. I'm going to show you where you go to put your name on the wait list, but I want to show you real quick. These are some of the things that you can do. You can take kayaks through the cave, or you can take a boat through the cave, and that's the zip line, and it's just got all the things. And you can just see here a lot of the things that you can sign up and do. Kayaking, you can do off-roading, driving tours, you can rent some cars and all kinds of good stuff. Okay. Petting zoo. They got everything there. Only thing I don't think that they have, and I think I was going to try to find out for Marquita, is if they had horses there. So I don't know about that, but anyway, they got a lot of stuff for you, that you can do there. And, so we're just going to have a grand time being outside. Of course, you can climb up to, the natural bridge. That's where, my husband and it took us about an hour and a half to get up that side of the mountain, to get up to the natural bridge. And, it was worth it, but I don't know if I'd do it again just because. But if you have not already registered and you're still wanting to, I know, I'm sorry, I'm going to find out. And you want to put your name. I think it's getting ready to rain. Oh my God. Okay. Go to, and you don't have to be in the Louisville, Kentucky area. You can live wherever. If you want to attend our retreat, I would love to have you. You do not have to be a member of New Birth Church. We have women that attend all the time that are not members of the church. So I would love to have you attend. And if you want to put your name on the wait list, you would just go to our church website, which I have up here, which is newbirthchurch.org. Make sure you put that church on it, because otherwise, if you just say New Birth, I think it takes you to the New Birth in Atlanta, and we have no affiliation with them. It just happens to have the same church name. Okay. But ours is New Birth, BRTH church.org. And then you can scroll down and then click on 2027 Women's Retreat wait list. And then, you just sign up, click the link, and there you can put your name and how many people you want in your room and that kind of thing. Okay, so it can be 1 up to 4 people. So there is that. Okay, so hopefully, again, if you have not already registered, yes, it is sold out, but I'm sorry. Screen. Sorry. It's been so long. I was on the wrong screen. Okay. But again, if you have not already signed up for the retreat and you want to put your name on the wait list, please, again, go to newbirthchurch.org and click on the wait list and fill out your information. And we will be getting back with you. Those ones who put your name on there, I think we have close to about 20 people right now who have their name on the wait list. And so we're almost done what we need to do. So we're going to be contacting you real soon. Okay. So June 17th through the 20th. Yeah, because it's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then they're probably saying the 20th because we're coming back on the 20th. So it is Thursday night. We're going to start Thursday night as always. And then we'll have just 2 sessions on Friday. Normally I have like 3, but we're going to give you more time to kind of decompress a little bit. So there's only going to be 2 sessions on Friday. And then on Saturday, believe it or not, guys, I'm only going to have 1 session on Saturday, and that's just going to be the ending session. Other than that, you get all day Saturday to do all the things that you want to do. Hang out, do as much as you want to do, sleep if you want to, all of that. Okay. I know it is thundering. Like, what the heck? Okay. So, oh my God. Okay. So let me get to, is it raining where you guys are? Because it sounds like it's thunder. It's like it's almost hailing here. Okay. So let me get to what I need to get to. All right. So here we go. We are the women of noble character. Tagline, loving God, serving others. I'm just going to do a really, really quick going over. This is our vision of the church. We exist to teach the new birth through Jesus Christ, grow as his disciples while making more disciples. It's dumping over here. Oh my God. It's crazy. You know what? Y'all know it's going to rain like all the way to like next Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh, the computer went down. Well, wait a minute, it came back up. Okay, guys. Do you still see me? I went off for a second and then it came back up. So if you can still see me, let me know. Okay. Let me know. Yeah, I think I'm on here. I think I'm back up. Okay, guys, if you still see me, okay, beautiful. I'm sorry, but the computer went black for a second and then it came back up. All right, so this is our theme for this year. Reignite, rebuild, restore. Your comeback starts now. Thank you guys so much. Reignite, rebuild, restore. Your comeback starts right now, guys. Okay. Over these last 2 weeks, we're talking about reigniting. What is reignite? To begin to, or cause something to begin to burn again, to give new life or energy to something, to bring something back to its former state of intensity after a period of dormancy. And if you were at service on Sunday, or if you go back and watch our service on Sunday, our anniversary service, even some of the things that Pastor Montel was saying, it was like right in line with our theme for this year for the women. And guys, I tell you all the time that God is not schizophrenic, and that when he speaks something, he speaks the same thing. He's not all over the place. He speaks the same thing. So it was very much in line with with our theme for this year. So I was like, oh my God, look at God. Look at how he works. Okay. So we're talking about Rahab, a reignited woman. Again, I'm going to go through this really, really quick. This was the first scripture. It says, then Joshua, son of Nun, secretly sent 2 spies from Shittim. Go look over the land, he said, especially Jericho. So they went and entered the house of a prostitute named Rahab and stayed there. This is when, God had promised them the land. Moses was gone. Joshua had taken over as the leader. The people were like, oh, Joshua, we're going to follow you just like we did Moses. We're going to do all the things, which they weren't going to do the right thing. And, but he sent 2 spies out to spy out the land. They went straight to Rahab's house, right? Which is, to me, typical. Okay. And so I'm skipping through this. Okay. So our first thought was Rahab, she saw an opportunity and she took advantage of it because the men came to her house and she was like, okay, now I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to do something to protect not only me, but those that I love. And yeah, so she stepped out and she spoke up. Okay. And so the questions were, and then I need to ask y'all, did y'all do y'all homework this time? Just put it in the comment section if you did the homework. Put it in there. Say, and if you didn't do it, again, just say, I didn't do it. And please forgive me. Okay. But if you did it, then I'll give you a thumbs up. Okay. And so this is where we stopped. Rahab was straight up. She spoke the truth. That's where we stopped, the guys. Really only at our second point. We didn't get very far at all. Okay. She spoke the truth. She spoke the truth. Hello, Tiara. How are you? All right. So I'm going to read the scripture that lines up with that. Okay. It's Joshua 2, 7 through 11. Let me get there really quick with my paper. Okay. It says, so the men set out in pursuit of the spies on the road that leads to the fords of the Jordan. And as soon as the pursuers had gone out, oh, Tamika, you did your homework. Very good. Timlin. Okay. Yeah, I know yours was done since the last time. I love it. Simone. Okay. Simone did hers. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. Okay. So it says, and as soon as the pursuers had gone out, the gate was shut. Before the spies lay down for the night, she went up on the roof and said to them, I know that the Lord has given you this land and that a great fear of you has fallen on us, so that all who live in this country are melting in fear because of you. We have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to Sihon and Og, the 2 kings of the Amorites east of the Jordan, whom you completely destroyed. When we heard of it, our hearts melted in fear, and everyone's courage failed because of you. For the Lord your God is God in heaven above and on earth below. Now, she was certainly not an Israelite, right? But she did not mince words with him. She told him the truth, right? Time was of the essence. She couldn't wait around. She spoke the truth when she told him. Everybody was scared of them. Their hearts were fear. She also told him the truth when she said, hey, I know that God has given you all this land. So that's why she was like, look, I already know this. I'm trying to live. I'm not trying to die. Okay. So too many times, ladies, we kind of pussyfoot around with things and we don't take the bull by the horns because we're too afraid to speak up. And I've told y'all this story and it's so amazing. Like both of them are so similar in that one time was I was probably about maybe 17, 18, something like that. And this was at a time when my brothers were like not good at all. They were not good. And I won't go into more detail than that, but they were not good. But anyway, I'd had this red canvas U of L bag that my older sister had given me. And I knew one of my brothers had stolen it. Okay. And I was coming home from my job with Bacon's at that time, coming down the street. And one of the guys who lived up the street, he just happened to come out of his house and he had my bag. And I was like, that's my bag. Like, you need to give that to me, like right now. So I made him empty the bag and give it to me because I was like, that's my red U of L bag that my sister gave me. And then another time when this was maybe 9 years ago or something, kind of when I think is when I had kind of first started running. And I told this story as well. And it was cold, okay? And it was like snow on the street and all that stuff. But I was like, I got to get out and run. So I was out running, but then I got hot. So then if y'all been in my house, you know I live like on a cul-de-sac, like all the way on the end of it. Okay, so really nobody's coming down our street. So anyway, so I gotten hot. So I was like, oh, I'm going to run back home and take off my jacket. But I didn't want to come back in the house. So I just took it off and kind of put it on the mailbox. Well, I went on, and at this time also, this is when dogs were coming out all the time on me. And so I was running with this big old stick. I know, crazy. So as I'm coming home, I'm coming down my street to come back home. I'm finished with my run. Well, I don't know if they don't call them trashmen anymore. What do they call them? They don't call them. Thank you. I'm well, Tiara. Lavinia, I know you did it. Yes. Okay. They don't call them. What are they call? They don't call them garbage collectors. What do they call them? Anyway, they had come down and had gotten the trash. But what the guy did, he saw my jacket hanging on my mailbox, and I saw him pick up my jacket off the mailbox. It's a big lime green jacket that I still have. And he picked it up and he took it. And I was like, he didn't take my jacket. So as they were coming up the street, I got in the middle of the street with my big old stick. And I was like, hey, that's my coat. You need to give me my coat. So he just handed me my jacket out of the window. And I was like, you got one there. I'm like, stealing my coat off the mailbox. So sanitation worker, I know, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But anyway, he took my jacket. And I stood in the street, in the middle of the street. So he couldn't pass me unless he was going to run over me. And I was like, I need my coat back. So, and he did give it back. But sometimes, guys, I know I'm crazy sometimes, but sometimes you got to speak up, right? And you got to tell the truth. You can't be scared. You got to say what it is and what it is not, guys. So here was the question. Okay. I did have a stick. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why when I tell you, ladies, when I say I'm going to fight, I will fight for you. I will fight somebody. I mean that. I will. Because, see, growing up, I got 5 brothers. And I'm in between all of them. 2 sisters, 3 boys, me, 2 more boys. So all I fought was boys. I never really fought girls, except the one time I told y'all when I was in the 5th grade and a girl talked about Granny and I put her in a headlock and fought her. That's the only time. Otherwise, it was boys. No, not taking no bet. I know, I bet you won't do it again. I bet you won't take somebody's jacket. Yes. But so I'm not really scared in that way because, you know, I used to fight my brothers all the time. So I'm good with that. I know how to fight. All right. So here were the questions. All right. From what we just read. And I want you to put it in the comment section, ladies. Okay. So how do you think Rahab felt when she was speaking to the spies? How do you think she felt when she was speaking to the spies? Some kids were over here breaking branches off the new trees. What? Why are people? I came off my porch and yelled for them to stop. They yelled back at me, but they stopped. Good. Good. I bet they won't do that anymore. Ah, Granny. Yeah, that was my staff. Good one. Good one. Good one. Okay. So here are the questions. How do you think Rahab felt when she was speaking to the spies? And then, has there been a time in your life where you had to be straight up with the person in regards to something that was going on that affected your life? How did you handle that? And that might be kind of personal. If it is, and you don't want to say, that's fine. But if it's something in general that you don't mind sharing, kind of like the guys, the two guys that would still have my stuff, and I wanted my stuff back. But I hear a fire truck. So I don't know what the heck. Okay, so I'm giving you a couple of seconds. How do you think Rahab felt when she was speaking to the spies? Do you think that she was afraid? Do you think that she spoke with authority? Do you think that, how do you think? Oh, okay. She said she just figured out how to chat. Very good. I love all the comments. Welcome, Greta. Certain of what was coming to Jericho due to what they already saw God do, also hopeful that they would respond favorably to her plea request. Absolutely. Yeah, because she didn't know. She didn't know if they would be like, woman, you a prostitute. Who are you to ask us? We are God's chosen people. Who are you to ask us to do something for you? The nerve of you. We don't know. Right? They could have responded that way. They could have responded. Absolutely. Thank you, Gila. And then also the second part of the question, has there been a time in your life where you had to be straight up with the person in regards to something that was going on, maybe something that they were doing that affected your life? And you was like, no, we're not going to have this. You're not going to do this. You're not going to destroy whatever we're trying to do. Okay. So, okay. I don't see you guys answering that. So I'm going to move on. If you still want to answer it, then just go ahead and put that in, but I'm going to move on. I think she felt fearful, but appeared direct. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, cause I was a little bit fearful, but I was direct. Right. But that's good. She probably felt fearful. I'm sure she was both bold and scared, but as we said before, she was desperate, absolutely desperate, because didn't she tell him, we know that this land, that this is y'all are going to take over this. So she did what any desperate person would do. Like, she's like, I ain't trying to die. Right. And so since y'all came to my house, this is my opportunity to act, because I don't know if they didn't come to her house, would she have been bold enough to go to them? Probably not. But since they were in her house, it was like, yeah, I didn't get afraid until I needed. What? I mean, give me my test papers. What the heck, Granny? Okay, so I'm moving on to the next one. All right. So here it is. She used the influence she had to save her family. She used the influence she had to save her family. Okay, so then Joshua 2:12 through 21. It says, I have to read it on my paper because that's really, really small. Now then, please swear to me. This is Rahab speaking to the spies. Now then, please swear to me by the Lord that you will show kindness to my family, because I have shown kindness to you. Give me a sure sign that you will spare the lives of my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all who belong to them, and that you will save us from death. Our lives for your lives, the men assured her. If you don't tell what we are doing, we will treat you kindly and faithfully when the Lord gives us this land. So she let them down by a rope through the window, for the house she lived in was part of the city wall. She said to them, go to the hill so the pursuers will not find you. Hide yourselves there 3 days. Sister girl was smart. Sister girl was smart. Yes. Go to the hill so the pursuers will not find you. Hide yourselves there 3 days until they return, and then go on your way. Now the men had said to her, this oath you made, this oath you made us swear will not be binding on us unless when we enter the land, you have tied this scarlet cord in the window through which you let us down. And unless you have brought your father and mother, your brothers, and all your family into your house. If any of them go outside your house into the street, their blood will be on their own heads. We will not be responsible. As for those who are in the house with you, their blood will be on our head if a hand is laid on them. But if you tell what we are doing, he said that again, we will be released from the oath you made us swear. Agreed, she replied, let it be as you say. So she sent them away and they departed, and she tied the scarlet cord in the window. So when you are reigniting your life, ladies, somebody said that she was bold. You have to be bold. You can be scared. I think somebody said that too, but you got to be bold. You cannot play around. Another thing is, because it doesn't just become about you, it becomes about those that you love as well. Let me see, Simone, trusting and fearful. Yes, I had to pull someone aside and have an honest conversation and then set a deadline for the changes that needed to be made. Beautiful. Oh, that's right. Granny, she's typing left-handed. Thank you, Sheila, because she broke her pinky finger on her right hand. Okay, and I'm going to say this really quick. Because, when I'm thinking pinky finger, y'all know me. Y'all know where my mind went, right? Harlem Nights. He shot my pinky toe. I'm sorry. Okay. Pastor Montel, see, he said that his reference is always songs. But y'all know mine is always movies. I can't help it. It's always movies. So, yeah. So she fractured her pinky on her right hand. But my mind went straight to Harlem Nights and he shot my pinky toe. Okay. So let me focus. Let me get back on it. Okay. Although she was a prostitute, guys, she obviously had influence with her family, right? Because it seemed that whatever others may have thought about her, that her family still loved her. Bethany, let me see. Yes, feel the fear and do it anyway. Absolutely. That Phyllis, thank you. Let me see. Bethany, this is synonymous with the angel of death passing over. Okay, you're on a whole nother level. You had to leave the mark, but also had to have your family on one accord to be together, and you had to follow the directions to be saved. Absolutely. Oh, you went to a whole nother level. I didn't even think about that. Yes. The red cord representing, the blood when the children of Israel, the night that they left Egypt, and he said, when I see the blood, I'll pass over. And so everybody had to be in the house, had to be together. Okay, Bethany, I'm gonna give you one. That was good. That's right, the pinky toe. Yes, and they had to be together. I love it. Because if she did not have influence with her family, why do you think that she did why did they do what she asked them to do, including her father? Because you think, I don't know, in any culture where a father would be happy that his daughter was a prostitute, right? That would probably bring a lot of shame on the family, all of that. So that was a huge deal. And then she also had enough influence that the spies listened to her as well. Because she was like, look, this is what I need you to do. I need you to go out and then hide for about 3 days. And then you can go on about your way. This is what you need to do. This is what we going to do. Okay. See, Bethany, everybody knows that was a good. That was good. Okay. So here's the question, guys. Here's the question. Why do you think her family listened to her? Why do you think her family listened to her, even though she was a prostitute? And I'm doing that in air quotes. Why do you think that they listened to her? And then the other question, if you have influence with your family members, how have you used your influence to benefit your family? And you can answer either one of those. Why do you think her family listened to her, even though she was a prostitute? Because you might have that family member that they be way out there, but when they ask somebody, the family to do something, everybody gonna fall in line and do it. Why do you follow that person in your family? You know what I'm saying? That's not down on the thing, but why do you follow that person in your family? Even though you may think, oh my God, they're this or that or whatever, but you're going to listen to them. Yeah, they didn't want to die. That was good. But how did they know that she was telling the truth when she said, y'all, because she probably had to be like, okay, I need y'all to come in here because if y'all don't, you're going to die. What made them listen to her when she said that? Her position didn't define her. That was good. Yes, she was wise. She was also persuasive and passionate about what was coming. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Y'all are so good. Yes, they did not want to die. So that may have been one big point, right? Because it's like, whether or not she's telling the truth, I'm just going to trust because I don't want to die. And then she did not allow her position to define her. How many of us allow our positions to define us? And so then we say, I can't do this because I don't have that education. Or I can't do this because I'm a female. I can't do this because I'm Black. She did not allow, wait a minute. Y'all got some good stuff. She had influence. It was going fast. Her family probably trusted her and they just went on with the situation. Thank you, Kayla. Beautiful. Yeah, they trusted her. Sandra, they loved her and believed in her. Yes. Rahab was probably a breadwinner, probably because her father was older. I think she was prostitute because she needed to take care of her family and trusted her to do what she needed for the family. Yeah, because sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? There was a lot of gossip about what happened with Pharaoh and his army. A lot. So, yeah. So maybe they were like, they knew, she did say, they knew how God had brought them out of Egypt and how they had destroyed the other cities, Og, and I forget the other one. So, yeah. They probably were scared of their lives. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe she was the matriarch. Could. God gave her the spirit of influence. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I believe that John Maxwell, I'm probably getting it kind of wrong, but he says a leader is just a person with influence. That's all a leader is. It's just a person with influence. So yeah, she had influence because she influenced the spies when she said, okay, this is what I need y'all to do for me. She influenced her family. Absolutely. Yeah, she had courage. But yeah, she could have, going back to Bethany, she could have absolutely been a breadwinner. So there's so many things, guys. And I love everything that you're putting in here. Kayla, again, thank you so much for your comment. That her family probably trusted her and that they just went on with the situation. Absolutely. So let me ask you this. If you have influence with your family members, how have you used your influence? Again, a person with influence, a leader is just a person with influence. So if you have influence, that means you're a leader. If you can influence somebody to do something good or bad, you're a leader. Okay? It's just which way you going. You having them do something good or you have them do something bad. Okay? They knew she was good and what she did, she could get it done. Yeah, obviously, yeah, she could get it done. And who knows, maybe the spies had heard about her. I don't know. Because I don't know how, as soon as they got to Jericho, they ended up in her house. I don't know if somebody said, because people had seen them, right? Because that's how the king knew that they were in the house, because somebody went and told them, hey, these spies are in Rahab's house. So maybe somebody said, hey, go to her house. I don't know. There's so many questions. It's a lot and I love everything that you guys are saying. But I'm going to do this one real quick because we only got about 15 minutes left. So if you have influence with your family members, if you are a leader within your family, even if it's just one person listening to you, it might be just your child or your niece or nephew or your grandchild or your sibling or something. How have you used your influence to benefit your family? Let me see. Dr. Lavinia, family members call for advice in tough situations because they know I will pray. And tell them the truth in love. Girl, isn't that good right there? I need to put these comments back up here. That's good. Yes. Family members call you for advice in tough situations. And that's a really good tale. When they can come to you, especially if they know that it's in confidence and that, like you said, you're going to tell them the truth in love. See, a lot of times people are afraid to tell people the truth. People want to know the truth. They want to know. And so and I think it's beautiful that you are free enough to be able to tell them the truth because people want to know the truth. Yes. With her living on the wall, maybe she was on the lookout. Could have been. Okay, Marquita. Yes. So the same thing. They come to you. They come beautiful. Communication is key. It is communication. You got to be able to talk with somebody. And I always say, like Dr. Lavinia said, telling the truth in love. And I tell the stories all the time about how you can't just go to somebody and just be like, I'm going to tell you about yourself. And you don't have a relationship with them. They're not going to receive anything that you have to say. Coming up as a young girl in the church, them church mothers was mean. I don't know how many, what do you call them things? Not napkins, scarves and all that kind of stuff. I had thrown over my lap because my skirt was too short or something, or, they had something to say about something. And it didn't come out like you really care about me. Like you just, your skirt is too short. So let me pin this for you, right? Like just showing too much chest, right? So that was not doing anything in love. And so that's why before I say anything to any young girl at the young adult at the church, and I believe that's why they feel free in coming over here, because we can have conversations And maybe it may not be what they want to hear, but they know that I'm doing it in love, and it's not coming from any other place other than that. Okay, so let me see here. I try to tell my siblings we have to support one another and make wise decisions and do what's right at the end of the day. Beautiful. You do got to support each other. You do. People be afraid because they know the truth hurts, and not everyone accepts the truth nowadays. That is true. But most people, they want the truth. Even if they don't accept it, they know it's the truth, right? My cousin Kiki is here with me. She said, motivator. I keep them spiritually grounded. Yes, I believe that. Absolutely. And hello, Kiki. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I love all of this. Okay. And then here is the last point, guys. I think. Yeah. Rahab, because of her willingness to step out and do something different, her whole life was changed, and those that she loved. Because she was willing to step out and do something different, her whole life, her whole legacy changed, not only for her, but for those that she loved. And so I want the same for you. I want you to be willing to step out and do something different that's going to affect your legacy, not only your legacy, but the legacy of those that you love. See, now everybody's like, hey, Kiki. Kiki, who's Kiki? Kiki Shepherd, right? From the at the Showtime at the Apollo. Yeah. I'm the baby of the family and the fixer. Girl, don't I know? I give you that. That's me. The fixer. When I talk to some of my family members, they go, I don't want you to fix it. I just want you to listen. And then I have to say, okay, I'm not going to try to fix it. I'm just going to listen. But then y'all know ended up saying something anyway, right? Okay, my family will call me and ask me something they want to know. They don't want to hear it, but they know it's the truth. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so here is the scripture. Joshua 6, 20 through 25. It says, when the trumpets sounded, the army shouted, and at the sound of the trumpet, when the men gave a loud shout, the wall collapsed, so everyone charged straight in, and they took the city. Because y'all know the story about how they walked around the wall for 6 days, and they didn't say anything. Everybody was quiet. And then on the 7th, and that's when they made the shout. Okay, so this is when that happened, when the trumpet sounded. Okay, so 21. They devoted the city to the Lord and destroyed with the sword every living thing in it, men and women, young and old. They killed the babies, cattle, sheep, and donkeys. Joshua said to the 2 men who had spied out the land, go into the prostitute's house and bring her. So obviously, the spies went back and told Joshua about Rahab, because Joshua was the leader and was like, hey, because he was a man of his word, right? Integrity. Was like, we got to do the right thing. Go on and get her out of there. So the young Joshua said to the 2 men who spied out the land, go into the prostitute's house and bring her out and all who belong to her in accordance with your oath to her. Okay. So the young men who had done the spying went in and brought out Rahab, her father and mother. I wonder if Joshua asked them, why y'all going to prostitute's house? Of all the houses y'all could have gone into, why y'all going to prostitute's house? Okay. So, yes. And you know they really want you to fix it. Facts too. 100. Okay, let me finish reading this. Okay, they brought out her entire family and put them in a place outside the camp of Israel, because, you know, they weren't clean. They were, you know, they weren't Jews, so they couldn't be in with them. Then they burned the whole city and everything in it, but they put the silver and gold and the articles of bronze and iron into the treasury of the Lord's house. But Joshua spared Rahab the prostitute with her family and all who belonged to her because she hid the men Joshua had sent as spies to Jericho, and she lives among the Israelites to this day. Okay, so Rahab, she did not stay quiet. There's a saying that goes, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So if you want to reignite your life, ladies, you're going to have to speak up and not be afraid. You're going to have to do something, and you can't expect anything to happen in your life if you do not do something. If you do not say something, nothing is going to change, and you're going to live your life and it's just going to be nothing. When it could have been so much more. When it could have been so much more. Okay? Okay. So here's our last questions, guys. Here's our last questions. How do you think Rahab felt about the people in the town and what they may or may not have been saying about her? What do you think was the catalyst for her action? We've already really talked about a lot of this. And have you ever been faced with doing something different in your life? Okay. So we really already talked about the people gossiping about her. We already know that. They were gossiping about her. They were doing all the stuff. So really we can focus on the last question. Have you ever been faced with doing something different in your life? What did you do about it? And what has changed in your life? Okay. That's the last question. Have you ever been faced with doing something different in your life? What did you do about it? And what has changed in your life? I can tell you some more stories about me because y'all know I always got stories. But I want to hear from you all on this last one. And then while you're typing, I'm going to say this, because although Rahab was initially set outside of the city, eventually she must have made her way into the city and married Salmon. We will say Salmon because it's not the fish. Because if it was Salmon, fish, it's just salmon. Okay, so I'm going to need y'all to know that. And don't make Granny upset because y'all say salmon when you're talking about fish. Salmon, no L. Okay? But we'll say salmon because this is the man's name, not the fish. So Granny don't get upset. All right. So she no doubt put her, I got 7 minutes, put her persuasion skills to use because she made it into the genealogy of Jesus. She literally turned her whole life around. Literally turned her whole life around. No one seemed to hold it against her, even though, yes, she had been a prostitute. She was mentioned very positively in the Bible. Although, yes, she was listed as a prostitute for reference, but she was still listed very positively. In Matthew 1 and 5, it says Salmon, the father of Boaz, whose mother was, this was given the genealogy of Jesus. Okay. And then it got down here and it said Salmon, the father of Boaz, whose mother was Rahab, Boaz, the father of Obed, whose mother was Ruth, Obed, the father of Jesse. So there, they didn't even mention that she was a prostitute. They was just like, okay, that's just Rahab. So obviously she had enough influence to get from the outside to the inside. I had to stop being a fixer for everybody after my husband passed. Yes. And to tell them to go to the bank that I have already shared with them and figure it out. Girl, facts. Facts. Yes. Okay, Marquita, I'm really trying to step out and do something different. I'm messing up along the way, but I can't stop, won't stop. Yes, you're going to make mistakes. Anything that you do, you're going to make mistakes. right? You either, what is it? You never lose. You either gain or you learn, right? So you don't lose. Even if you're failing at something and you say, oh, I tried this part or this thing and that didn't work out. You just learn from it. You learn what to do, what not to do anymore. So it's not, so you don't look at it as a failure. You just say, okay, that I tried to go that way on this thing. That didn't work. So yeah, let me get back to this thing over here. So you just learned. So it wasn't a failure. And so that's what all of us need to learn, is that when you're doing stuff and I like to say, we always say, thinking outside the box. Well, how about we say there is no box, that we're just doing the thing. There is no box. We're not saying, we're totally coloring outside the lines. We're doing all the stuff that's going against the grain. I know I'm on Twitter too much, but I've been seeing a lot of, like right now, because it's graduation season. And so I've been seeing so many people, it could be a Black grandmother or Black grandfather, whoever, that decided to go back to school, and they are getting their degrees at, 71, 77 and all of that. They're stepping back out and doing conventional. People would be like, you're 77. Why are you trying to go get a degree? Well, why not? If that's what they want to do. Okay. Why not? Why not? And then this last other scripture, Hebrews 11:31, she made it into the Hall of Faith, I would like to say. Yes, just do it. Like Nike said. That's right, Caitlin, just do it. And it doesn't matter what people say about it, because people going to always talk, and we give so much stock to what people say. And in most cases, guys, they probably ain't really talking about us, right? Because they got their own issues. So we put more side. We think that they talking about us and they ain't thinking about us. Okay. By faith, the prostitute Rahab, because she welcomed the spies, was not killed with those who were disobedient. Okay. So let me see what we got on here. Comments. God takes, Gila. Sometimes I love it when I feel like the things are going fast. Sometimes fear, hesitation kept me stuck in the same place, and I probably missed out on something that could have been great. Other times I move forward with nervous excitement. Yes, I think that is absolutely all of us. Yes, it will keep us stuck. God takes what people think is bad and makes it for our good. Rahab is a great example. Absolutely. Tamika, during my fasting at the beginning of the year, I asked God to make me more bold. Okay. I was led to teach Bible study live. I'm not a public speaker, but I just taught my third one yesterday. All right. Y'all give Tamika a hand. Where are you teaching this? I need to know, because do I need to be watching this? Mistakes are just stepping stones for success. Post-it notes was accident. Yes, it was. He was trying to create something else and it wouldn't stick right. He was trying to create, I think, some kind of glue or something. And it just wasn't like sticking right. And he couldn't get it right. So yeah, but it turned into and so they were using it in-house, I believe, at 3M, because I know that story. And then all the employees loved it. And then it was like, hey, let's do this. We might be on to something. Yes. I was getting ready to tell you about something. Oh. In relation to me and being afraid and then stepping out. Now I can't remember what it was, but I'm just going to tell you. Okay, what time is it? Oh, it is 7:30. It's 7:30. Ladies, I have to honor your time. I had another question that I wanted to ask you, And if you have the outline, and I just want to ask you this really, really quick. If y'all just give me like 3 minutes and then we'll be off. But here was the question. This was the last one. What are you faced with that you need to do in order to reignite your life? Okay. And you can just write that down and think about it tonight before you go to bed. Ponder on it, pray on it, ask God to show you, maybe even fast on it. Because so often, just kind of like how Gila said, that sometimes we get scared and we get stuck. And somebody might be stuck right now because you're scared. Thank y'all for giving her a hand. She's in a Bible study group. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. So what are you faced with that you need to do in order to reignite your life? Because I'm going to tell you guys, I don't know if many of you know or are familiar with Rochelle T. Parks. She's a African-American lady. They call her Coach Ro. And she's really big on Facebook, Instagram. And she's sort of like a health person now. She talks about how her mom and dad died early, from some of the typical diseases that African Americans have, high blood, diabetes, that kind of stuff. And then her husband had a health scare and he almost died. And so she was like, oh no, we got to do something different. So she went on this whole health journey. She was already always a healthy person. But it really just became on steroids at that point. So now she has this thing called Sugar Ain't Sweet Academy that you can, and she teaches you how to eat and just to eat God's food. It's not a, our problem is we're too used to eating processed foods. So when we take that away, then we go, oh, we can't eat anything. Yeah, you can. You got all God's food that he made that we can eat, right? Like we just don't eat pork. There's other things. I won't get too far into it. But anyway, I'm saying that because my doctor was getting ready to put me on high blood pressure medicine. And I was like, I'm not trying to do that. I don't want to go that route. So I had been thinking about, joining her thing and going through her program. And it just really put the fire into me. And even just being in it just 1 week, when I went back to my doctor and she was like, oh my God, because my blood pressure was so low. And she was like, you just keep doing what you're doing. I'll see you next year. She's my primary care physician. So, but that was something that I had to do differently. So I had to say, okay, if I want to be here and I don't want to just be on all this medicine and stuff, I could continue to eat my chips and sugar and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to be on medicine and stuff and I'm not going to be healthy and it's going to affect everything. So, or I can say, I'm going to do something different here. So that was one of the things for me that I said, I got to do something different. So it's a lifestyle change. Okay. Let me see. Yes, I became an electrician and that was a hard journey for me. This is Sandra and I wasn't helped at all. I bet you weren't through that journey, but God helped me through that journey. Now I'm on a new journey with God's help. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. I love it. Man, this has been a great conversation, ladies. I thank you all so much for your transparency, for just being on here and so how you support all the ladies who are on here. We're continuing. I took the online Bible study off of the group meet because I wanted to open it up to anybody who wanted to participate in our online Bible study, to open it up to everybody. So that's why it's on my YouTube page. I am Ruth Ward. So again, if you have not subscribed to the page, please subscribe. I'm going to continue to post more on here so I can continue to grow this community. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. And then also hit the notification button. So anytime that I'm on, you'll be notified. Okay, so you know Coach Ro. Yes, I love her. She is all of that and a bag of, I won't say a bag of chips. I'll say a bag of broccoli. I'll say that. All right, guys, I love you all. Don't forget, if you have not already registered for the retreat, remember it is sold out, but you can, put your name on the wait list. You can do that. Okay. Go to newbirthchurch.org. It's on the front page and click on it, click the link, put your name in, and we will contact you shortly. It'll probably be within the next week or so. We're going to start contacting. So have your monies ready, and it's going to be a great time next year. I'm getting ready to start giving some information out about the women's retreat, the women's conference that's coming up. And so you'll have more information about that. For all of you all who, again, if this is your first time on here, put a 1 in the comment section so we can greet you and welcome you to this wonderful, wonderful community who love each other, love God, and are just supportive of each other. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Sandra. I love you guys so much. I prayed for y'all this morning. I did. Yes. Give a thumbs up. Share the stream. Subscribe. All right, ladies, I am getting off of here. I love you all, and I will see you on Sunday. And it's going to be raining all this week. And so hopefully you got your umbrella and stay out of the rain. I'm trying to find my out thing. All right. I love y'all. I'm almost saying my last thing because I haven't said it in so long. I love you. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. But most importantly, I believe in your action. So get out there and do it. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Find me. Third eye opening up so I can see. Finally I can breathe. Loving myself and giving myself everything I need.
Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah.